first goal conceding, yeah, it's a concern. Look at the situation. We played really good football in the early stages of the game, and in this moment where we lose the ball, in a moment where every team in the world opens up the pitch, in a moment when you start playing, and that's what we did. We lost the ball in a moment where we were not compact because we couldn't be compact. 2 passes later, Anfield is alone in front of the goal. So these things can happen. Unfortunately, if you lose the ball in the wrong moment, and that's what's happened there. Apart from that, what was better plans against Haaland? Like always, obviously when you play against, probably for sure in the moment the best striker in the world, you have to make sure that he doesn't get that many balls, and that's what you have to defend before you come into the challenge with himself. So that's what we will try. But against City, obviously, the problem is if you close Haaland down with too many players, then you open up gaps for all the other world-class players. So that will not make life easier. But it's a challenge. It's a football problem, and we try to find solutions. Salzburg, yeah, we played them.
What was it? What is it about him?
Yeah. When he was very young, younger than now, we could see the potential. It was insane. I remember, I don't think he started against us in a home game, if I'm 100% right. I think he was injured, came on, or something like that. I don't know it exactly, but we were already pretty busy with thinking about him. I can remember that. How can you close him down? How can you shut him down if you want? He scored anyway, pretty sure. Yeah. No, like physically, he sets new standards. So it's physically the combination of being really physical and technical and sensational awareness. His orientation on the pitch is exceptional. He knows always where the decisive gaps are. Barely offside. Reads that really well. So many things would make him a striker. And now in this specific case with City, some of the best players around him in the world. So in setting up goals, in finding the right moment for the passes, with Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Mahrez, whoever, they all are really good at that. So that's a perfect fit, no doubt about that. In that close, maybe not, but other tall, physical, technical strikers, maybe not exactly as we have. Zlatan is exceptional, is tall, and there's a lot of things. So I think for Erling, it's just that the thing is that he combines so many things, and it's rare that you have. So his finishing skills are obviously exceptional, but he moves really smart. That makes him tricky. And then you only can use the speed if you use it in a smart way, because just running is not helpful if you forget the ball or whatever. So, but and especially behind the line, you need to make sure that you are patient enough, not being offside and all this kind of thing. The package makes it special. But yeah. Bobby is in a really good moment, really happy for him, really happy for him. It's extremely helpful when the boys feel, even when it's for us obviously not the best moment we've ever had, it's helpful when these boys at least still know where the goal is. We just need to spread the goals a bit more to different games. Let me say it like this. Should not focus on one and then 9 and then 7 and then 0. But we know that. So, no, how is that? Positive things always help all of us and footballers as well. Bobby is an exceptional player. I said that. I think nobody else said it more often than I said it. But it's like this. Not that Bobby was flying in all the games. So now we take the numbers and say, oh yeah, that's the best start of the season. That might be statistically the case, but we as a team didn't have the best start in our lives. So, and it's for different reasons. Yeah, but this moment helps, of course. Now scoring 2, loved the first goal, loved the second goal, which was incredible cross by Joey. But that Bobby is there makes a difference. And if you score before a goal, then you arrive in that moment, in the right moment. Then you have to drive to be in the back of the defender to get the foot on the ball. Then you hit the ball and the ball goes through the legs of the goalie. In other games, the ball goes through the leg of the goalie and it's out, and you think, how can that happen? So these kind of things, you have to be in these situations as often as somehow possible. So Nothing changed really for Bobby. Bobby always played when he was fit in this team. He always contributed when he was fit, all these kind of things. But we have to do it again and again and again. And there were a lot of positive moments. But again, with all respect to Rangers, we know there's a big gap between Rangers and Manchester City. So we have to prepare the game in a different way, of course, but with aspects of that and using the positive feeling we have now. But that alone will not give us anything against City. But if something, we were in the last few years, we always were pretty brave against City. So now we realized before we changed system that this bravery in defending led a little bit to a few gaps which we couldn't close in a moment. So how I said, we have to see who we can line up for Sunday. We cannot just make decisions and say everybody's available or not, and we have to make sure that we are the best defending unit we can be in the moments when they are in possession, and that means everything. That means deep defending, that means high press, that means midfield press, that means all the different areas where you have to defend them and where you can cause them problems, and that's what we have to figure out. Which are the right moments? Where should we really go for them, and where do we have to let them come a little bit? These kind of things, and then when you have the ball, you need everybody in an idle world, full of confidence, being cheeky, being flexible, pass the ball. So you could see that in the game now, we played a good game at Rangers. Even when we were 1-0 down, it was the football we played against the defensive unit was really, really good. And Harvey and Fabio were really involved in that, were really flexible. So we were good in part. Both sixes did really well. So and that was really helpful. And that's what you have to do. You have to pass the ball around and let them defend as well. Usually the problem is they are that impressive and that dangerous in all the things they do that sometimes you forget that you can cause them problems as well. That's a normal reaction on pressure, but we have to remind ourselves that's possible, and then we will see what we can do with that. Very much. Very much. It's not that I don't enjoy playing other games, but it's just a different challenge because they're good everywhere. So that's how it is. There are no weak points, really, where I say, okay, if we can do that, then they might struggle here or there. There's not a lot, to be honest. But that's why they are the team they are. No, it's a job to do. That's what we do. And yes, we know, obviously, we have a couple of good results against them. Not enough for winning the title more often, but in most of the games we were really in the game, and that's what was always very important. First and foremost, you have to be in the game. You need to have your own moments. You cannot. There are moments where you have to suffer. It's always the case, where they let you run or make you run, and then. But there are other moments where you have to be dominant as well, and that's what we will try. And that's find the right balance for these moments is the challenge.